What's up, guys? So I wanted to make this video for you. It's been a lovely morning. I've just been recording and re-recording, and I never take the time to really just focus on recording and sharing the thoughts that I want to share. So this is a morning where I'm doing that. And I'm listening to a guy whose content I really enjoy, named Owen Cook. And he's a dating coach, used to be a dating coach, and now focuses primarily on self-help. Great. But the concept that I want to talk to you about right now is groupthink and how we get stuck in our head and how it interferes with our lives and what we're trying to do, what we're committed to, what we're up to. And there's a few different ways that this happens. Hello, good morning. Is that people, for example, as I'm probably going to post in another video, don't speak anymore. We eat the wrong foods. We numb out to entertainment. And why do we numb out? And this was a point that he made. Maybe I'll link to his video so you guys can check it out. Why do we numb out? We numb out because we don't want to feel anymore. We don't want to feel the pain of existence. We don't want to feel the discomfort of existence. So that's interesting. Now, someone might disagree with me, and they might go, nah, I smoke or I drink. I watch television because I enjoy those things. Okay, cool. Perfect. This is just a contrary thought. I'm not saying don't smoke, don't drink, and don't watch television. What I'm saying is, if you're doing it from a place of relaxation, that's different than doing it from a place of dopamine addiction, right? So most of the time, it's dopamine addiction or avoidance. And when it's those things, that's when it gets real interesting, because now you've found much more entertainment for life. Now it's become much better and a much more fun game to play. Hey, good morning. Because a lot of times when we're in that space, what's happening is we know we're not doing what needs to be done. We know that we're a slave to our own dopamine addiction, and we become sadder and more depressed. So then we go onto the internet and we look for a silo of people who are in the exact same spot we're in, and we get their consensus agreement. Now, nothing changes in our reality. It just gets worse and worse. But now we can be mad at women or the establishment or the economy or the Republicans or the Democrats or whoever our target of choice is. But nothing changes. Our life doesn't get any better, but we get little squirts of dopamine, maybe from raging out on someone, or maybe from someone agreeing with us. So we don't really care which one on a biological level. Either one will do. Now, the other path is to do things that are challenging. So maybe in the morning, we're feeling in our head, and we can say good morning to the cashier. Or we can say, how is your day going, to the person standing in line next to us. We relax a little bit. We get a little less in our head. This has worked in the dating community because we as people like to have a payoff. So if you tell a guy that by being more social, he's going to meet more women, well, some guys, a very small percentage, are going to be open to doing that. Okay, so I wish that there were more people encouraging ladies to do that, but it's kind of the opposite social stigma in that way, Who knows? But that's another topic for another time. So anyways, back to what we were talking about. Start doing these things. You start getting out of your head. You start changing the way you're perceiving things. Your mind is made up of a lot of different architecture. Your brain, I should say, is made up of a lot of different architecture. And part of that architecture is a system called the reticular activating system. And the reticular activating system is what is scanning the environment for opportunities and threats. So when you first wake up, we move into an unfamiliar world, and our brain basically thinks that everything is trying to kill us when we first begin our day. Okay? So how do we get ourselves out of this? And how do we get ourselves into a state where we can actually enjoy our existence? The same way you would warm your body up at the gym, you would warm up. The same way that you would warm up to doing some writing, you would begin typing on the page. It's no different in that way. You want to get out of your head. You do that by realizing that you're not a solitary island, if you will. Hey, good morning, guys.
Yes, he does.
So, sometimes you say good morning and people don't respond. Sometimes you do. It doesn't matter. It's for you. And sometimes you write your book, and sometimes people publish your book. It's not about that. You see? So, the more you do this, the more you get out of your head, the more social you become. The more social you become, the more people you meet. The more people that you meet, the more likely it is you're going to want to form a deeper relationship with some of them. You have more friends, more opportunities, more romantic opportunities, and life gets better. So don't be overly concerned about what that voice in your head is saying, because that voice in your head is always subject to change. Memory is state access dependent, meaning that when you're feeling like dog shit, your mind remembers every other time that you felt like dog shit. And it says, this is the way life is. I feel like dog shit. That's not so. It's just your mind inventing things. You see? So, you're the one who decides what your mind is going to invent. Invent something useful. Invent something interesting. All right? Holla back. Peace.